A programmer discovered something bizarre. His mouse cursor had somehow moved onto the wall of the real world. He hovered the cursor over a cup and clicked. To his shock, the cup tipped over and spilled. He froze, overwhelmed by what he had just witnessed. Then his eyes fell on a sick leave note on his desk. It said his paycheck would be docked for taking time off. He moved the cursor over the note and began editing it on his computer. Instantly, the printed text on the paper changed. It now said the boss was a jerk and owed him several thousand yuan in emotional damages. Thrilled, he ran outside to tell his friend he couldn't keep this to himself. To show off, he pointed the cursor at the sign on a bank across the street. With a few clicks, he deleted the name and replaced it with clown and jackass. They opened Photoshop and selected a car on the street. As they resized the selection, the actual car shrank and grew in real life. The man shrank the car down to toy size. The owner returned and was completely stunned to find their car had become a miniature model. They stood there in disbelief, unable to explain what had happened. The man and his friend were having too much fun. Next, he copied a chunk of a wall and pasted it over a window, blocking it completely. His friend was amazed, gasping and laughing, already imagining all kinds of illegal uses. Duplicating money, robbing banks, getting rich overnight. But the programmer began to regret sharing his discovery. His friend was greedy and way too loud. Staring at him, the programmer slowly moved the cursor toward his friend. He selected an area around him and pressed delete. In an instant, his friend's arm, the one outside the selected area, dropped from the rooftop. People on the street saw the severed hand, thought a murder had occurred, and looked up, spotting the programmer. They screamed and shouted for someone to call the police. Panicking, the man quickly selected the crowd and the fallen hand, and hit delete. The world went silent. He bolted, sprinting away from the scene. But then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a massive cursor flash across the side of a nearby building. He gasped. Was he imagining it? He turned in every direction, searching for the source. Then he looked down, and saw it. The giant cursor was now on the ground, aimed directly at him. He froze. He tried stepping back, but the cursor followed him, tracking his every move. It hovered over him. A blinding white light shined down. He shielded his eyes, heart racing. Then, click. In a blink, he was reduced to a pile of flesh.